Namaste. Welcome back to Waking Up with Mindful Serenity Yoga. I'm Nancy, and we're going to continue answering questions from the jar of spiritual questions, but we're going to use that term spiritual very carefully because it has different connotations for everybody. I take a question from the jar and I attempt to answer it within a 10-minute time frame. Will I answer it perfectly? I definitely will not. I just moving them around a little bit. Seems like I cheated there. I might have subconsciously. Anyway, I didn't cheat. I put it back. Okay, so I'm going to answer a question that I'm not sure what it's going to be, and I'm going to try to answer it within 10 minutes. Whatever comes out is what you get. So there will be no editing of this video, nothing like that. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I want to assimilate what I have been learning over the 25 years of my yoga practice, my studying yoga, Nether Eastern philosophies, the religions, my studying of poetry, philosophy in general, science, arts and literature, you name it, I've studied it. Why? Because I want to be a better person. I want to understand why we're here, what we're here to do, and how can we live this life to the ultimate best and possibly go on afterwards to gain what we're here to gain. Anyway, so I am going to reach in to grab a question out of the jar. I am going to set my timer. And I am going to begin. The question of, maybe I'll take a deep breath first. And the reason why I take a deep breath is because it's very grounding and it takes us back to our centers. Some would call it the seat of consciousness, the observer of the observed. And it takes us away from the ego, which wants to answer everything as if it knows everything when it doesn't. Okay, so here's the question, and this is quite a profound question and a deep one, and I'm going to do my best. And I have 9 minutes and 22 seconds left. Where does the phrase, "Don't be attached to the fruits of your action," come from? And what does it mean? Where does the phrase, "Don't be attached to the fruit of your actions," come from? And what does it mean? Wow, that's a good one. Don't be attached to the fruits of your actions comes from, I believe, the Bhagavad Gita. Sorry, I try to say that real fast sometimes because I don't want people to realize that I might not be pronouncing it right. Anyway, that Gita, and in the Gita we have Arjuna, who was a warrior going off into battle. Now, he was going off into a battle he did not want to participate in because it would mean him fighting and struggling and killing his cousins and people he loved and adored. And he was a peacekeeper by nature. Even though he was assigned the role of a warrior, he felt he wanted to keep peace, and he knew that war really wasn't the way to go. So his charioteer just happened to be Lord Krishna, and he didn't discover that right away. And Krishna is telling him that he does have to go off into war. He does have to perform this battle because it is his duty, it's his karma to go out and perform this thing that is unfolding in front of him, like the battle is unfolding in front of him, and he cannot resist it. Though his intentions for peace were, of course, honorable, he had to do what was before him to do, even if it was unpleasant and something he did not want to do. He was not to be attached to the fruits of his actions, the outcome of what he was going to do. And there's a long spiel in this about the fruits of action, about how man has a tendency to be so attached to the outcomes of what he does. His duty is usually done not for the sake of duty, not for the sake of honoring what is, not for the sake of life, but it is attached to this idea that we will get something from it. Well, who's the we that will get something from it? Is the little self, the ego that is always in the way of our true selves. And this little me clings and grabs the fruits from the outside. It's seeking to feel whole and complete using the outside world to do so. And it pushes away what will make it feel uncomfortable. Like Arjuna did not want to go on this battle, and he was, resisting it. He was averse to it and then resisting the idea of going out and doing this one thing. And so we push that away because we want to satisfy our little me's, this idea of who we think we are and not who we really are. So we often confuse our purposes here as being to serve the little me, as if life, everything that happens in life is here to serve this little me, this little identity of me that has a role, has a name, has a family, has likes and dislikes, things that it is averse to, things that it is attracted to, things that it wants in its life, things that it wants to, that avoids pain and seeks pleasure. This little me is something we've created with our minds. It's Yogananda called it, I think, the masquerading self. This image of who we are. It's a self-concept or an image. And we've focused all this valuable, amazing attention, this awareness of which is actually who we are, this light of consciousness on this small little me. And we think the world centers around it and is here to do its bidding. And we're doing its bidding by grabbing here or pushing away there to make this little me comfortable. And it's not even who we are. So we get very attached to what me does and what me gains in terms of success, recognition, the good opinion of other people, money, kingdoms, and even in our desire to create an image of a peacekeeper, someone who doesn't harm his family, as Arjuna was unintentionally trying to create in his refusal or his resistance to go to battle. We're actually serving the little me because life is not here for us. These fruits of our actions, these things that we do should be done in the service of God. And you look at God as anything, right? Not as anything, but our belief in God is not necessarily what God is, right? The name of God just points to the isness and the amazing everything that God is. So when I use that word, that's what I'm referring to. But we're here to do the bidding of God. Thy will, not my will, be done. If I am focusing on what I'm going to get from doing this, the fruits of my action, if my action is selfish, this is not karma yoga. This is not what we're here for. And we are here to perform karma yoga. We're here to gain yoga, which is the realization of who we truly are, self-realization, and which leads us to realize the unity of everything, right? Our connection with God. So if I am seeking the fruits of the actions, my actions, and I'm referring to little me's actions, what little me does with the intention of serving it, I'm missing out on the bigger picture. I am not performing my duty. I am not engaging in karma yoga. I'm not helping anyone, not even myself. In fact, I'm getting further and further away from self when I focus on what little me wants. Even if what little me wants seems in society's eyes as something that is valuable and whatnot. It is not about me. It is whatever life is unfolding in front of me is the isness of it. We have to learn to accept it and embrace it and participate in it without any conscious motivation about what we're going to get from it. And that's what Arjuna was doing, right? So he was encouraged to go to battle anyway, because this is what was unfolding. As terrible as it is, it's not what you want, right? But it's not about what you want. It's about what's unfolding in front of you. This is the reality. The battle's going on. This is your job. This is what you have. You can resist it all you like, but you still got to go out and fight it. And it helps when you talk about limiting the fruits of your actions. It helps to decrease the amount of resistance and reactivity we have as well, because we're going to be more open to accepting what is when we're not attached to any outcome, negative or positive. We just accept it as it is and allow it all to unfold in front of us and embrace it all. And yes, we're going to act. We're going to do things. We're going to perform, but not on a desired level, not based on what we want or don't want, as if it's about us, but more on an inspired, deeper level. This is what is. This is the isness. I'm here to serve this moment. I'm here to make this moment better because I'm in it. This moment is not here to serve me. And, so whatever happens and whatever I get from this, it's okay. Like, I'm performing this right now, and I'm definitely no yogi, and I'm not saying I'm a yogi, but I'm performing this video right now, knowing that it's embarrassing for me almost in a way. My ego is still very prevalent, and this is the last thing I thought I'd be talking about at this age, and talking about the woo-woo, my kids call it, at this time of my life, and publicizing it. But I can't be attached to that. I can't be attached to the fact that I might get embarrassed by this and I may lose, lose people's good opinion of me. No, I got to stop. I got to put that aside, because this is something I'm pulled to do. It's something that's unfolding in front of me, and I'm pulled to do. I mean, what's unfolding in front of me is my own awareness and my own healing and my own awakening, and it's unfolding in front of me and in me, and I just feel like it's my battle that I'm walking on. I don't want to, but it's the battlefield that I'm walking onto, in a sense, because it's what I'm here to do. Because it's right in front of me, and I can judge it all I like and resist it all I like, but it's I'm here to do this, and I keep doing it. I keep doing it because I'm learning not to be attached to the fruits of my actions. And I'm hoping that makes sense. As you can tell, timer's up. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.